Hi everybody, my name is Gavin Poyer, and welcome back. Today we're listening to Crash by Charli XCX. I haven't listened to Charli XCX since her Vroom Vroom EP, and it was groundbreaking to say the least. Yeah! Very, very hard-hitting, so I could only expect the same from this. We're on to number 1. Crash.
I'm about to crash into the water, gonna take you with me. I'm high voltage, self-destructive, and it also legendary. I'm about to crash into the water, gonna take you with me. I'm high voltage, self-destructive, and it also legendary. Overloading when I'm looking in the mirror.
I like that, like, straight off the bat, there's kind of like this groove of how she is kind of coordinating her words up and down to kind of get you, you know, like bobbing to the song.
I feel myself, I'm looking way better than ever. Overloading when I'm looking in the mirror. I'm about to crash, I'm about to crash, I'm about to crash, I'm about to crash, I'm about to crash. I'm about to crash into the
Yeah! Yeah!
I'm high voltage, self-destructive, and it also legendary.
There's kind of a like an 80s little vibe about this. I'm getting like not disco, but like kind of 80s inspired at least. It feels like that.
I don't know if I'll be coming back to life again. All or nothing, burning hell, go up heaven sent.
We got some, I don't want to say problematic lyrics, but, you know, self-destructive behavior, maybe after a relationship, after a falling out.
Wheels up on the curbside, put it in speed drive. I'm about to crash, I'm about to crash, I'm about to crash, I'm about to crash, I'm about to crash. I'm about to crash into the water, gonna take you with me.
Oh yeah.
High voltage, self-destructive, and it also legendary. I'm about to crash into the water.
Oh, I think this is going to be a very fun record. It has a runtime of like 33 minutes, which is like perfect for me.
I'm about to crash, come watch me, baby. I'm about to crash, come watch me burn it all down. I'm about to crash into the water, take you with me. I'm high voltage, self-destructive, and it also legendary.
On to number 2, New Shapes.
What you want? I ain't got it. I don't know what I got a tendency to run away.
Yeah.
Don't know what I'm always pushing for a sweet escape.
No, like again, we're still kind of carrying on that kind of 80s feeling to it, right? At least that's kind of what I'm getting out of this experience so far.
Oh, I feel so close. I just don't control how I feel. Free me to breathe, but sometimes I need all night, all day. We could fall in love in new shapes, new shapes.
I see people talking about Charli XCX and how she can't really sing. I don't really see that. If you have reasons to support that, you know, let me know, but I just don't see it.
Morning comes, I'm sorry. I stay till you're honest and I can't change, can't change. What you want? I ain't got it.
Oh.
What you want? What you want? I ain't got it.
Yeah, she has a really good way of kind of bringing in that hook and making it very, very memorable. You do remember it, like, after a single listen.
I ain't got it. What if I created places for you to let go? What if you wanted to watch, because we both know that now we are so close, we don't have to fight how we feel.
Okay, this is my first time hearing Christine and the Queens. Not familiar with them. I know that they probably do similar work as Charli XCX. I'd be interested to see more about them.
When the lights and the skates are cold, surrender to it all night, all day. Then we fall
maybe breaking up, you know, going through the mourning process or the self-destructive process, I suppose, to kind of get it out of your system, then finding somebody new.
I ain't got it. Thinking of me, but you're stuck on the west side again. Maybe we're meant for another dimension, babe.
Caroline Polachek is an artist who I intend on getting into. I think I've only heard one song of hers off of Pang, and it's deeply interested me into her work.
Deep in the dark of your brain like a star in space. You call it art, but you pulled on my heart and you twisted it into a new shape. Yeah, I'm diving again and again, trying to get up close to you.
Whoa! Yeah, she's got some really kind of interesting vocals. Very beautiful, very kind of breathy in a way.
Fucked if I know how it's gonna end. But honestly, life would be better if I never met you in the first place. What you want? I ain't got it. Yeah. What you want? I ain't got it. What you want?
Round to number 3, Good Ones.
I wish you gave me a reason that you were better at leaving. That you got your kicks from seeing me low. I always let the good ones go. Don't want the kisses unless they're bitter.
Oh my god, I love the kind of, you know, vocal modulators that are happening around her voice. I know she uses that a lot in her work, but here specifically with the 80s type of vibe that we're getting throughout this album so far, it's...
I'm hunting touches that make me weaker. I swear that I love nothing more than broke. I always let the good ones go. And maybe you couldn't have loved me any better, but doing this is all that I've known it for. I want the better ones, cause they're all I know. I always let the good ones go.
Yeah, I love the way that she kind of draws you into the chorus. And then you're going to be hit with that very kind of just poppy chorus that she does so freaking well, by the way. She really is kind of in a league of her own.
I always let the good ones go.
Oh yeah.
Lay you down easy. I'm trying. 'Cause you're everything I spend my whole life fighting. So when I walk away, it's not your fault.
I want to say there have been a few projects that have been, you know, kind of going for that 80s kind of sound. The Weeknd, for one. I want to say Ty Dolla $ign also tried to do 80s. This so far, it's feeling pretty fresh.
And maybe you couldn't have loved me any better, but doing this is all that I've known it for. I want the better ones, cause they're all I know. I always let the good ones go. I always let the good ones go.
That's so freaking hypnotizing. I love that. It's like you're getting caught in a Charli XCX vortex. Yeah! Round to number 4, Constant Repeat.
I'm focused on you. You're all on me too. I'm cute and I'm rude on you, like what I do. You said I run through your mind, so I put love on the line. I scared you away. You missed the chance of a lifetime.
So I see her finding strength in herself. She, you know, she's very upfront about what she is. You know, sometimes she can be self-destructive, maybe after a breakup. I don't really know exactly. She's finding independence in herself, which is huge.
When you're lonely, are you ever thinking about the magic in me? Do you wish I was yours? When you're lonely, am I ever on your mind on constant repeat? Is it me that you want? Do you realize I could have been the one to change your life?
ruins me to know that Sophie passed away before this album came out, because I could really see Sophie on this, like 100%. Especially coming from the Vroom Vroom EP, like, it would have been massive.
You could have had a bad girl by your side. You could have had a bad girl, could have had a bad girl. I'm focused on you, you're all on me too. Told you I'm cute and I'm rude with kind of rare attitude.
Yeah, complete ownership over who she is. I'm focused on you, you're all on me too. Told you I'm cute, I'm rude with kind of rare attitude. So, like, you know, she knows who she is. That's beautiful.
I'm still on your mind, but now I don't have the time. You should have been brave, you missed the chance of a lifetime. When you're lonely, are you ever thinking about the magic in me? Do you wish I was yours? When you're lonely, am I ever on your mind and constant repeat? Is it me that you want?
Yeah, the kind of repetition of that 80s sound, I think, works really, really well for her as she works over that type of beat. Like, it really helps with the kind of a toxic feeling that I get from her music sometimes. Toxic in the way that you are, like, trapped, you know, like in the vortex that I was talking about earlier, with her voice going around in a circle.
Do you even know the reasons why you had to let me go? You could have had a bad girl by your side. You could have had a bad girl, could have had a bad girl.
Run to number 5, Beg For You.
You know I go insane every time you have to catch a flight. Can I take you to the airport? Make out under the bathroom lights.
Yep, you know what's up, you know what's up. It's going down. It's interesting to kind of see the transition in between songs, right? Because what we've been talking about so far is falling out of a relationship, going through that kind of maybe self-loathing phase, self-destructiveness, you know, getting into certain situations which you probably shouldn't. One-night stands, I don't really know, you know, to what full extent we're talking about here, but kind of repetition of bad behaviors, I should say. Which is okay, you know, which is okay. Everybody does it. I do it, you do it, we all do it. We all do the down and dirty, right? So, like, you know, who am I to say?
Your lips on my lips, I'll remember your kiss on the nights when I miss you. Something I can't forget when I'm restless in bed. Yeah, you got me obsessed. Oh, don't you leave me this way. Won't you wait another hour or two? You know I need you to stay.
So I've already listened to this song, so you can find my reaction to that up here. Very interesting kind of video.
You're like an ocean breeze, coming and going just as you please. Separated by a degree, hesitating to lose yourself, I'd rather reach.
I love Rina Sawayama. I can't wait for more work of hers to come out. She's one of the people I would invest in. We'll just say hypothetically, if I had a certain amount of, like, investment coins, we'll call them, I would definitely put some stock into Rina Sawayama. She's a very promising artist.
Put your lips on my lips, I remember your kiss on the nights when I miss you, Mom. Something I can't forget when I'm restless in bed. Yeah, you got me obsessed now. Don't leave me, don't leave me this way. Don't you leave me.
We're on to track number 6, Move Me.
I already know I'm letting go of something sacred. Drive us off the road, I take a good thing and I break it. Think it's in my soul, the way I run from something real, but I ain't changing.
Interesting. I think I like this a lot. Not that I didn't like the other songs, but this Almost gives me a little bit more of a more fast-tempo R&B song. Almost like a Rihanna-type beat, except faster, you know, more accustomed to Charli XCX.
Wish I could surrender, give you everything, I gotta let you know. Something about the way you move me, yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
It's something about the way you save my life.
Yes!
Something about the way you hold my body tight, even on my lowest nights, locked down by my side, even when I'm bottom line.
No, this is the one. This is the one. I think this is my favorite so far. I think already it's kind of just, you know, working for me, for my own individual taste. You know, it's got that a little bit of an R&B feel in there.
When I push you away, it's something about the way you call it what you wanna, but habit for destruction. Take all of your trust and then betray it like it's nothing.
So it is sweeter. It is sweeter because the person in this relationship is treating Charli better. But, you know, Charli has this kind of self-destructive behavior and pushes away from it, probably. You know, she's probably a little scared of commitment. I don't know, right? You know, this is my second project of Charli XCX's. So this is the first time I'm getting some kind of info about her that wasn't in Vroom Vroom, which I don't think had, you know, very much, if any. More of a sonic project.
Yeah, I think it's in my soul, the way I run from something real and leave you wondering why I can't surrender, give you everything, I gotta let you know. Something about the way you move me, yeah, yeah.
Kind of crushing in a way because, you know, she obviously realizes that this person is, you know, is there for them, that moves them, that saves their lives. But, you know, she has this realization. She understands who she is, right? You know, she's the bad girl. She's the person with the self-destructive tendencies. She knows that she'll probably mess it up or push him away or this, that, or the other.
Something about the way you hold my body tight, even on my lowest night, I'm down by my side, even when I'm bottom line. Yeah, I don't even know when I push you away. It's something about the way you hold my body tight, even on my lowest night, I'm down by my side, even when I'm bottom line.
I love the lyrical content on this one, and the overall sound is just, it's just blowing me away. Like, this is the type of thing I definitely want to hear. It kind of has a lot of interesting moods to it, right? When we move on to the pre-chorus, it's something about the way you move me, yeah, yeah, it's something about the way you save my life. That has almost like a darker tone to it, right? A more serious aspect, and there are also hints of very sweet, loving words in this one. Like, she knows that this person is great, you know, is fantastic, but, you know, she's got some demons to face. We're on to track number 7, Baby.
Baby. Baby. I'ma make you mine.
So probably so far this is the hardest hitting song, at least in my ears, right? You know, the bass hits a little bit harder. The aspects of the 80s sound, it doesn't seem like they're guiding the song, more as like a supplement.
Baby. I'ma love you real, I'ma love you raw. I'ma love you in the kitchen, I'ma put you on the floor. Maybe once and more. I'ma love you real, you might lose it all. I'ma make you my decision, I'ma put you on the floor. Maybe once and more. I can see it in your eyes. You know this, but you know just what you want.
Getting a little bit hot and steamy up in here. I'ma put you on the floor, leave you wanting more. I'ma love you real, you might lose it all. I'ma make you my decision. Very strong wording there. My decision. I love that. I think that's brilliant. I think that's hot. I think that's sexy. Like, yeah, if you're gonna talk about making love on the floor, that's the way to talk about it.
If you're feeling scared, that's fine. it's fine. I got no problem taking full control. Baby, I'ma make you mine, I'ma make you mine, I'ma make you mine, I'ma make you mine. Baby, I'ma make you mine, I'ma make you mine, I'ma make you mine, I'ma make you mine. Fuck you up. I'ma make you mine, I'ma make you mine, I'ma make you mine, I'ma make you mine. I'ma make you mine, I'ma make you mine, I'ma make you mine, I'ma make you mine. Baby.
Please hit the subscribe button and the like button. It helps out a ton and lets me know that I can continue to do projects like this on Charli XCX.
Why you trying to fight? That's right. You know I'm about to change your life for good. You can play pretend. That's fine. I know the truth, you really wish I would. You know I'll break your heart, tear it into tiny pieces.
Don't give me that lower tone though. Don't do that to me. I was okay, you know, I was okay. It was obviously already hot and steamy before, but now it's just... I'm gonna let you take full control. I'm gonna let you take full control, Charli.
More fallen star. I'll shoot you away, but you wanna stay. I just wanna say, baby, I'ma fuck you up, I'ma fuck you up, I'ma fuck you up, I'ma fuck you up, baby. I'ma fuck you up, I'ma fuck you up, I'ma fuck you up, I'ma fuck you up, fuck you up. I'ma fuck you up, I'ma fuck you up, I'ma fuck you up, I'ma fuck you up. I'ma fuck you up, I'ma fuck you up, I'ma fuck you up, I'ma fuck you up, baby.
We're on to number 8, Lightning.
Don't know what to say. One look and then you blew me away. I'm spiraling all over the place. So lifted, got me reaching for grace. Body off the ground. Coming.
You know, it's starting to make a lot of sense why this album is called Crash. She has a lot of self-destructive behaviors. It seems to me that this has been like in a relationship, off a relationship, in a relationship, off a relationship. I don't know if it's all following the same kind of timeline, you know? Like, if it's all going in order, she might be going back to previous relationships and thinking about them. Or maybe it could be current, but, like, it does seem to be a lot of off and on, which sounds, like, mentally exhausting to the point of, you know, like a car crash.
But something about you brings me to life, got me here and now. Heartbreak already hit me once. They say that it won't happen twice. You struck me down like lightning, lightning. You struck me down like lightning, lightning.
No, that was beautiful. Man, her pre-choruses into her choruses are absolutely perfect. It's such a way to, like, draw you in and be like, oh, what the frick is gonna happen next? And then bam, here comes the lightning. Like, the big booming sounds in the background with the chorus, matching up with lightning.
Blinded, blinded, you took me down, don't mind it, blinded, my stupid heart gone blinded, blinded. So tell me what you want and I'ma give it to ya.
Yeah, this album so far has been really, really successful to me. And again, just for reference, this is my second Charli XCX project that I'm listening to, so I don't really know much about her or her sound. So, to me, this is great. This is fantastic. I don't know if she does 80s stuff on her other albums, but if this is her first time exploring with it, it's pure gold. It's pure gold.
Connected by invisible wires, don't you cut me out. Heartbreak already hit me once, so swear it won't happen twice. You struck me down like lightning, lightning. You struck me down like lightning, lightning. My stupid heart gone fighting.
This is just me thinking, right? She's doing an 80s album. The Weeknd's done an 80s album. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Tell me what the Charli XCX community feels about, like, the Weeknd sound and if that would work well together.
My stupid heart gone fighting, fighting. So tell me what you want and I'ma give it to ya like lightning.
You know, I'll be honest, you do hear a lot of repetition in her music, but it's not always the same. You know, there are different vocal effects. There are different synths being played out. We're getting this section right now, which is different from anything else in the song. Like, it's a healthy mix of, you know, kind of like fresh sounds along with something you know. This is the perfect example of what I was just talking about. Like, it's so different from everything else, but it's also familiar. I could really see Caroline Polachek on these parts as well, especially here, kind of with the messed up, you know, robotic vocal encoders, whatever you want to call it, on her voice. See?
You struck me down like lightning. You struck me down like lightning. My stupid heart on fire. So tell me what you want and I'ma give it to you.
We're on to track number 9, Every Rule.
When I met you, it was tragic. Chemistry, something like magic. You were with somebody else long term, and I was with somebody else as well.
Okay, so obviously a more somber kind of tone to it. I mean, so far, based off what she described, it seems like two people in relationships that kind of want to be with each other or feel some kind of, you know, magnetic chemistry.
Up late night by the Bowery, and in the morning we got coffee. Acting like strangers and told no friends. It wasn't easy to pretend, and we know that it's wrong, but it feels real fun. Sneaking around, falling deep in love. But sometimes I get scared, cause I know it's unfair. I'm hurting someone else instead.
Okay, so we're pulling out some more self-destructive tendencies, you know, while you're in probably a good relationship. I don't really know, you know, just a relationship in general, and kind of, you know, cheating. You're not telling friends about this scenario, you know, you're not telling friends that you're going to meet up for coffee, so obviously there's some kind of secrecy about this connection with this other person that's also in a relationship. So, yeah, you know, self-destructive kind of tendencies.
I'm breaking every rule for you. You're breaking every rule for me. I'm breaking every rule for you. But I gotta say, I want it this way. These moments really set me free.
Yeah, Charli to me seems like a really grown person. At least based off this album so far, because she knows who she is. You know, she's the bad girl. She's the bad girl that makes maybe not so smart decisions. But she realizes it. You know, there's this in-depth look on her life that she knows every part to.
Straight away we started falling. Conversation never boring. When your lips brushed up against my skin, all I wanted was to let you in. I wonder if people will notice. Said you find it so hard to focus. Cigarettes up on the balcony, wrapped up in nothing but sheets. And we know that it's wrong.
In theory, it does sound like very magical, especially with the kind of sound we're getting with this song as well. You know, kind of more lighthearted, more kind of like fond remembrance. It seems like fond remembrance of this time.
But it feels real fun, sneaking around, falling deep in love. But sometimes I get scared, cause I know it's unfair. I'm hurting someone else instead. I'm breaking every rule for you. You're breaking every rule for me.
Okay, we're on to track 10, Yuck.
Not supposed to feel this way. I'm such a hypocrite. I always frown on love. It's giving me a tummy ache. Make me fly away.
Okay, yeah. Like, I just love that bass groove straight off the bat. Very, very nice sound to it. I think this is another song that I'm probably going to instantly like.
Can't tell much, you're breaking my phone. Mad when you do and sad when you don't. Sure, you're taking my code. Too cute, now this ain't me now. Candlelight, out on the starry night. You brush my hair to the side, and you tell me I'm pretty. Yuck, now you got me blushing. Cheeks are red when the blood starts rushing. Yuck.
It's interesting because it kind of shows who Charli is kind of after. You know, she's there for that one night stand, right? She doesn't want somebody that's super, super attached to her. It seems like she's a little bit scared of attachment, of maybe a more long-term relationship.
Looking at me all sucky, yuck. Quit acting like a puppy, fuck. Going on, love you, go on me. You got your hands high, thinking about it most nights. Put me on a pedestal, cause my love's incredible. Don't wait up for me, I can't make those plans. Catch me if you can. Just flew into Japan, come catch me.
So yeah, you know, don't catch feels. She always seems like the type of person that's kind of on the move, on to the next thing. So it would probably be hard to get tied down with her, which is what the other person is trying to do in this scenario, right? All lovey-dovey like a dog.
Yuck, now you got me blushing, cheeks so red when the blood starts rushing. Yuck, that boy's so mushy, sending me flowers, I'm just trying to get lucky. Yuck, looking at me all sucky. Yuck, quit acting like a puppy, fuck. Going on, love you, go on me.
We're on to track number 11, Used to Know Me.
You used to know me, now you don't.
Another line alluding to her kind of realizing herself. I used to be your angel, now I'm walking out your door. You say I'm turning evil, I say I'm finally pure. So, you know, she has that realization. This isn't what I need. I'm gonna be me. See ya. I do really love how the connection is kind of fully there. You know, each song makes sense to be placed in this album. It makes a whole lot of sense. She does seem like a person that is probably better single, you know, living her life, traveling, having one-night stands, I suppose. Deep down, I do wonder if she does want a longer relationship, you know, a more long-term relationship. But I think, I don't know, maybe the way she currently lives her life or used to live her life doesn't really match up well with that, as we have seen throughout this album. We're on to the last track, Twice.
When it's too much, there's a gun in my head. When it's too much, got me feeling so scared. Yeah, real talk with my demons lately. Real talk in the mirror, save me.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that's kind of an accurate way of describing this. She's been kind of addressing her demons, you know, she understands who she is, and she knows that there are some problematic tendencies. Whether she wants to continue down that road, that's up to her, because she does like it to some degree, but I'm wondering if part of her is like, hey, this may not be the safest option.
Lucky to remember, stay up in the moment all night, yeah, all the things I love are gonna leave me. One day you're never gonna be there. I tell myself to take it easy, don't think twice about it, baby.
All the things I love are gonna leave me. One day you're never gonna be there. I tell myself to take it easy. So this makes a lot of sense. I kind of already knew that she thought like this, but this to me is kind of affirming what we've been hearing. She probably pushes away from a lot of people. So it makes a lot of sense where all these tendencies are coming from. You know, it's coming from kind of a root problem that she needs to... Well, she's already addressed it, right? I don't know if she views it as a problem, though. And perhaps she doesn't, and that's fine, you know? People live wildly different from how I live, so who am I to say? It's just interesting to see the connection, you know?
Up on the hill, we see it all end. Die happy thinking about my best friends. Till then, I'm diving off the deep end. Don't think twice about it. I say, don't think twice, don't think twice, don't think twice, don't think about it.
This almost seems like more of a, affirmation to herself, like telling herself, you know, don't think twice about the world. Don't think twice about, worrying yourself about getting into a relationship. Live by the moment. You know, live the night up, party away, have fun, you know? The world is ending. Have a good time while you're here.
Let go, let my body ascend, let the love through, see the light at the end. Yeah, real talk with my demons lately, real talk in the mirror so brave. When I let go, I say I live life good, appreciate it. Don't think twice, don't think about it. Don't think twice, don't think twice, don't think twice, don't think about it.
Yeah, I think this is a nice way to kind of wrap up the whole project. It really is her kind of talking to herself, being, oh, it's okay.
Don't think about it. Don't think twice. Don't think twice. Don't think twice.
Beautiful way to kind of switch it up. I love this section here because it's almost like a nice little send-off to the end of the album, because this does end the album. And it's kind of calming. It's kind of nice, you know, thinking about everything that's happened in the album so far. It's been a lot of almost bad experiences, you know, a lot of things that, in Charli's eyes, she probably doesn't need. You know, she's here for the fun, she's here for the moment, she's here to live it up. She doesn't want to doubt herself, because she knows who she is. So that was Charli XCX's Crash. I loved it. I thought that was a very, very consistent album. There wasn't really a song that I disliked. Like, I like all of these to varying degrees, obviously. You know, there wasn't anything that blew me away, but the consistency of this album is huge. It's huge, right? I love the 80s sound that kind of, you know, follows through the whole thing, really. Sprinkles here and there with, I would almost say, more influence in the earlier half than the later half, but it's still sprinkled throughout. Really, really beautiful. I love all the collaborations in here. I think they're really, really smart. Christine and the Queens, Rina Sawayama, and Caroline Polachek, all fantastic artists that really fit Charli XCX's vibe. So really good decision making there. Sonically, it's great. It's a great listen. Very bouncy, very fun. Even if the overall kind of concept doesn't really represent fun, some of it does. Some of it does. You know, kind of in like a skewed way, if that makes sense. Because there's a lot of self-destructive behaviors throughout it, but it's not. I don't think it's viewed as a bad thing in the album, at least in Charli's eyes, right? Really, really fun, though. I quite enjoyed this. That's the end of the video. It was a really, really fun listen. Let me know any other Charli XCX albums you want to hear. Other than that, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye!